guys! So first and foremost, I wanted to apologize for the lack of videos. I have been busy combination stressed and I'm just kind of getting back into my groove. But today I wanted to talk about a topic, and I want to make it short, but it's probably not going to be. Do you like my bunny? He's a bunny foo-foo. I want to talk about a topic that's kind of personal, but I didn't want to go into like a lot of details. This is not going to be a very personal video. This is going to be a video in general that I kind of felt, I don't know, a little bit prompted to do. In the past 2 years of my life, 3 people have committed suicide for various reasons, and you know, these are people part of my life. These have not been people that are personally direct family members or, you know, best friends that I've known for years on end. And my heart absolutely goes out to those people and their families, because even now, 2 years later, I know that this is still a huge change for them and they're still dealing with that, as am I. Obviously, I am not grieving anywhere near the way some of these, you know, other people and other families are. But suicide has been very prevalent in my life throughout the past 2 years, and recently my life has been so crazy. I didn't find out until a month after this happened, but one of my really good friends through school, who I regret not keeping closer touch to once I graduated from high school, she ended up committing suicide just really recently, about a month ago, so on Valentine's Day. So, you know, she and I weren't like best friends or anything, but she was one of those people that I actually connected with, that I actually trusted, and, you know, she's given me so much support and advice. I would not be who I am if it weren't for her. And we didn't talk for about, I would say, 3 or 4 months before this happened. She was not my best friend. She wasn't someone that I spoke to all the time or even thought of on a daily or weekly basis, but losing her really hit me, and you know, I cannot even imagine how it was for her parents or for her family or for her best friends, and I'm not here to speak about that, but you know, she's probably the closest person to me that I know that has left the world that way. And I just wanted to create this video because I've also had friends who have attempted suicide who have been much closer to me, who, thank goodness, were unsuccessful at that, and a couple people that I'm actually worried about in my life right now. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, but I just wanted to talk about suicide prevention and what you can do, because I, you know, have run into the topic many times. When someone's talking to me about this, it's very personal. What do I say? How can I help them? And I just wanted to create this video. I looked up a couple things online. I just wanted to kind of talk about what I found, basically the signs and warnings of suicide. And I have to say, reading through these signs and warnings, sometimes there are no signs and warnings. Sometimes the signs and warnings are completely different. This is just what one of these national websites says, which is a great, you know, great resource. But I do want you guys to know that there are other signs and things out there. Sometimes there are no signs. And some misconceptions of suicide is, you know, someone's so depressed that they're not actually going to kill themselves. Always, if someone even starts talking about that, please take them seriously. Please take them seriously, because you never know of what they're capable of doing or what they're really thinking or really feeling inside. And something that I've spoken to a couple people who have told me that they have thought about taking their life or have contemplated it. And something that they said is that they don't actually, you know, want to kill themselves. They just want the pain to go away. And so, you know, a lot of people think, oh my God, they're suicidal, I'm not going to be able to help them. Trust me, any conversation you can have with them, anything that you can do for them will make a difference. And the best thing to do is just listen, be there for them, don't be judgmental. But the other thing is that don't promise that you're going to keep it quiet, because if you make a promise to them that you're going to have to break for their safety, that could make them feel even more betrayed and upset. Also, something I should have mentioned at the beginning of this video is that there is a national suicide hotline. If you know anyone who is thinking about it, or if you yourself are thinking about it, it's just a great place to talk to someone. It's a really great place to start, and even if you're in my situation where it's not something that you're contemplating yourself, but if it's happened to someone, or if someone else that you know is thinking about it, or if someone else did take their life, I have to say it is really good support just to talk to someone and kind of let your emotions out and talk to someone and get advice, because they're, you know, trained to talk to people and really make a difference. So I'm going to read. This says, this is suicideispreventable.com. This is Know the Signs. So it lists some of the different things here by age. The first one is changes in sleep. They are saying that some people either sleep more or can't sleep and are restless. Another change would be withdrawal. People would withdraw from friends and family. They would stop talking and doing things with others that they loved or stop doing activities they enjoyed. They make themselves isolated, which you guys know that I kind of went through for a period of time. And basically, if you notice that someone is just closing themselves in a lot or doesn't want to talk, or, they're the kind of person who's energetic and loves being outgoing and watching movies and going for hikes, and all of a sudden they don't want to do that, they wouldn't want to talk anymore, just kind of shutting themselves off from the world. The third is ridiculous behavior. They act out in ways that could be dangerous. They don't seem to care about the consequences. For instance, if they, drive drunk all the time, which they never did before, or maybe doing things that, they could get hurt, but they don't really care anymore. They don't seem to kind of have that. Next would be substance abuse. They're drinking alcohol or abusing other drugs. Now, that could be a completely different problem, but if someone is suicidal, it could be a way for them to mask the pain. And I'm not saying it is. There's totally many different reasons that people would choose to do or to continue to do drugs. But that could be one thing. The neglect of personal appearance. They have an unusual neglect to personal appearance. They have an unusual lack of personal hygiene. They stop caring about their basic grooming. Even if they don't, it's a girl that never wore makeup, never did her hair, but all of a sudden she stops brushing her teeth. She doesn't wash her hair anymore. She doesn't, really care about herself, it looks like. That could be a sign. Personality change. If someone shows a significantly different personality change, usually that would be depression, but not always. It could be just any extreme personality change that isn't like them. It could even be physical pain. Some people frequently complain about physical symptoms, often relating to emotions such as headaches, stomach aches, fatigue, things like that, kind of stress-related physical problems. A loss of interest. They lose interest in pleasurable, enjoyable activities that they once did. Or giving away their belongings, and this is a big one. If they give away their favorite possessions or throw away unimportant belongings. For instance, this is my prized shoe collection. I love shoes. If I were to go out and just start giving all these away to my friends, saying things like, you're going to enjoy them more than me, I'm not going to need them anymore, I want you to have this is very special to me, please keep it safe. If they're giving away like jewelry that their grandma gave them or things like that, and saying, even if they're not saying things, please keep it safe or whatever, that's usually a pretty big sign that they're not, especially if they say they're not going to need it anymore or things like that. And the last one is sudden mood changes. They become suddenly cheerful after a period of depression. They start getting all happy, just very, very different mood swings. The next is for older adults. If they are and of course these can switch over. Teens can exhibit, suicide behaviors that adults would, or vice versa, or none at all, or all of them. It's just so different between every situation. But it says here, preoccupied with death, they persistently read, talk, or think about death or suicide, or they kind of seemed obsessed with it. Helplessness, they are making statements of hopelessness. I can't do it. I can't go on. I give up. It's not worth it. Changes in sleep, they can't sleep, or they sleep more, or they have different sleeping patterns. Increased substance abuse such as alcohol or drugs. Failure to take care of yourself, neglecting their appearance, their hygiene. They don't change clothes, they don't wash their clothes, they don't eat for extended periods of time, or they overeat, or they eat poorly, which could be even an eating disorder or binge eating disorder, which I have had friends that have suffered from both spectrums of that. People who neglect doctor's orders, ignoring medical advice, not seeming to care about their overall health and well-being. If they're looking for means to self-harm, that could be as obvious as someone who is cutting or self-inflicting pain upon themselves, or it could be, stockpiling medications or showing sudden interest in firearms or guns or weapons or things like that. Withdrawal, they withdraw or isolate from friends and family. They stop talking and doing things with others that they once enjoyed. If they start saying goodbye, they give away possessions, indicate they are saying farewell or ending relationships. If someone always says, bye, see you later, and all of a sudden they say, goodbye, I'll miss you, and that they might have suicidal tendencies or, be depressed, that along with other symptoms might be a warning sign. If they get their affairs in order as an adult, for instance, they rush to complete or revise a will, that could be, something big, or if they take out a huge insurance death insurance for their family, saying things like, oh, they're going to need it. And the last one is depression. They show persistent sadness, anxiety, fatigue, etc. So those are just the ones that they list. Again, there are many far and few between. There are some that are exactly like that. It totally depends. But bottom line, if you yourself are contemplating suicide, or if someone else is, be sure to just give them that support and to like push them in the right direction and get help to them. If you yourself are thinking of suicide, do you really, really want to take your life, or do you just want whatever pain it is to go away? Because once you identify that, there are ways of, making everything better. And I know it sounds crazy, and I know that sometimes you feel hopeless, like you feel there's nothing that could ever make things better. You're in so much pain, there's nothing anyone in the world can do. But there is a way, and I think that's the beauty of it. And it's about identifying that you just want that pain to leave, and kind of how to do that. And what's great is that you don't even need to take that all on yourself, because that can be such a burden. But there are people out there, friends, family members, anyone, even complete strangers, that are totally willing to help you. Of course, talking to a friend or family member is great. If you're not comfortable doing that, or if you can't do that, of course there is a suicide hotline. And even if you know someone who's going through it, or someone who did, or someone who's thinking about it, that suicide hotline is still really helpful, because you can talk to someone who can give you advice, and who can really help make the situation better. So that's just my 2 bits. That's just what suicide prevention website says. I just kind of felt obligated to share that with you and to apologize for not making videos. I feel really bad, but I'm getting back in my groove slowly here. So I love you guys. If you are comfortable filming a video on this topic, whether it's a personal topic, which it probably is, or whether it's in general, I'm sure it would be very beneficial. Personally, I would really enjoy watching it, and I think that a lot of other people who do see it, it could very easily help them as well. So I really love you guys, and I hope that you know that I really mean that when I say it. But I hope that this video did help you, or maybe it'll be helpful in the future. I don't know. I just hope it's out there for you. But I love you guys. Hope you don't mind that I've been absent. And yeah, so I hope that you guys are having a great day. I love you all very much, and I cannot wait to talk to y'all soon. Love you guys. Bye.